re-chromed. It's wrapped in brown paper.
Yeah.
So he showed me the end of it, you know. Took it down from a shelf and then put it back up promptly, and I was like, okay. Hello guys, we have just travelled up from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington to see a friend of ours, Dean. He has some beautiful bikes, as you can see, and he also has an original rear mudguard / Fender for an ES2 or a Manxman, and so we're coming to take a look at that. Hopefully it will do the job and we'll take it home, and at some point we'll put it on the Manxman. And this is different, isn't it, to the Atlas then, Dean? You know, it's just a different...
Right. That's early. I believe, and again, most of these got chopped right about there.
Mine was when I got it.
The original Lucas Taillight was a 564, and it was kind of rectangular. And of course, what they call the number plate, the whole bracket that fit over it, was drilled for that particular taillight. Yeah. They switched to a 679, and that taillight number plate changed a little bit. So the holes might be for the earlier type.
Yeah, okay. I got this, you know, it's like it's quite a wedged thing, you know?
Yeah.
That comes out, it's got a LC 564 taillight, you know.
I'm pretty sure that's for the 564.
Yeah.
What I did when I re-chromed all of my ES2 stuff, when you chrome plate something, and I've learned this over the years,
that's just the tape.
Chrome sticks to the outside of the part, but not to the inside. So what you see on the inside, you don't get very much chrome.
Yes.
And when chrome comes out of the tank, it's not shiny, it's dull. It has to be polished. And what I would do is, you know, take emery paper and get all this loose chrome and crud off of there.
Yes.
And then paint it with like a high temp paint or some hammerite.
Hammerite paint
to protect it from rust, because it will get wet and it'll eventually rust. But yeah, I mean, that's virgin. You won't find one in any better shape than that. And it's got the original clips, because the wire for the taillight was clipped.
Oh yes, I see that.
It came back here, and then it went through that hole, you know, to the inside of the taillight.
Terrific.
And of course, they would have had chrome-plated bolts if it was an export model. Yeah.
Is that what it was
all of the American models came with all of the optional chrome that was optional in England. But yeah, everything on my ES2, everything is chrome-plated.
Amazing. Here's the rear fender back home now, and I'm just comparing it with a couple of others that I have. This first one here, this is the chopped fender that came off the Manxman when I first got it. It's in a bit of a sorry state. And this one here at the rear, this is what I believe is an Atlas or possibly Dominator fender. I think it's possibly an Atlas, as I've compared it with another reproduction Atlas fender, and I think it's the same. Yeah, they look very similar, the Atlas and the 650SS or the Manxman fender, but the holes are punched differently. So here on the Manxman rear fender, obviously you can't see this here because it's been chopped, but here we have the hole for the cable to come through for the rear tail light, and then the two fixing holes as well for this assembly here that goes like that, with a rubber grommet, I might add, as well, to protect that chrome. And then you've got the two fastening screws there. And I've tried to line these up as closely as I can, and what you'll see is this Zeus fastener here. That is the same. This is the one that came off the Manxman. This is the one that I got from Dean. And then this is the Atlas one. The Zeus fitting is just a little further back, which would support the fact that the seat is further forward on the Manxman because the gas tank is smaller, and so they move the seat forward, and therefore the little tail piece, if you like, on the bottom of the seat pan that fastens to this mudguard with this Zeus fastening. At the front of the fenders, they all look very similar actually. There's a couple of slots here for fasteners, and then this little indentation here for part of the frame, just to allow it to go through there. And they've got this cutaway here as well on all three of them, and then a hole that would be used for the cable that goes to the rear tail light. I'm really pleased with this rear fender. It's quite a significant piece, a significant find for the bike. It wasn't cheap, but I know that Dean had gone to a lot of expense to get this re-chromed previously. It looks like it was about 8 years ago when he had it done, and it's just in perfect condition. So I'm going to wrap this up in a blanket and put it away until it's ready for reassembly.